Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can't Fly. So as you can see, I'm back in the 172. I wanted to come back and fly a 172 because I always want to make sure I keep my 172 skills sharp. And so, you know, so that I don't like lose that kind of, you know, capability, I'm flying another 172. And yes, I'm excited. Now, one of the things I have to be really careful about on this flight is there's a nice little crosswind. And so it's going to be a right quartering headwind. And so I'm going to make sure that I get ailerons into the wind when I take off. I've watched a couple people land and take off, and they've definitely had to kick in some rudder at the last minute. So definitely going to be cognizant of that. Okay, so before I get started, I definitely want to give some subscriber shout outs. I really do appreciate all of you folks who have subscribed to my channel. It really means a lot to me. So Robin Cook, Real Advantage Productions, I love what you're doing for your channel. Thank you for the support. Jonathan Snell, Black Aviator 2021. Yo, brother, we got to get together and fly, definitely. And Israel Dennis, John Fez, Joel Hoffman, Plug-in Holes, The Aviator 83, D Polk 79, Disp 691, J. Elwood Gatlin Sr. Thank you all for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. It really does. I feel the support, I feel the love, and it makes me want to continue to be a better pilot, fly well, and one day maybe fly with you guys. All right, so let's get started. Clear prop. Okay, so it's variable, and so I'll just have to be on top of my game here, because those winds are variable. So when that happens, got to be on top of my game. All right, so let's take some chest up brakes. Brakes are good. All right, let's taxi on out. So I definitely needed to stay on my P's and Q's. That wind was whipping around and highly variable, and I hadn't been in the 172 in a while. So I want to really take my time, because it's been a while since I've been in a 172. And it's been a while since I've been in this one, particularly. So no need to rush. So I got a little aileron into the wind. We're going to go up here and do a run-up. And this is just going to be a short, easy flight because it's been a couple weeks.
On traffic, Skyhawk 213 Whiskey, turn in left base 23 Doylestown.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I've been in a 172. So I'm definitely going to take my time, not rush. With the winds being shifty, definitely going to take my time, not rush. Going to go through everything and triple check everything. Looks like all my instruments measure up. So come up here. So the one thing that I always wanted to have as a general rule about this YouTube channel and the videos that I post is that I be completely transparent. I'm going to be transparent with you to tell you that I did not want to post this video. As you can see, as you know, the thumbnail for this video talks about the flight doesn't go as planned. This flight was actually pretty much a disaster. So the first thing that didn't go as planned is my two cameras died. Like just as I was pulling up, and it was weird. They weren't acting right. But more importantly, you heard me talk about the shiftiness of the winds. And so that was a key factor that should have clued me in that maybe I should have curbed my enthusiasm and thought really hard about whether or not I should have taken off. There was somebody in the FBO that actually asked me, you sure you're comfortable going up? It's a little sporty today. And I just laughed and, didn't think anything of it. And then I like to challenge myself too. But yeah, and so, but the third thing is, look out the window. See that red cowling? You've never seen this airplane before. It's been quite a while since I've flown this particular 172. And so, I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I got yes, it's the same 172 that I've flown, but the instrumentation was arranged a little differently. The engine is performed a little differently. You'll see. I'm going to show you some of this because, again, I want to be transparent. But with the winds, with the fact that I wasn't very experienced on this particular 172, there's no way I should have done this flight. And, you know, thank the Lord that people are praying for me all the time, because this could have not been good.
Doylestown traffic, Cessna 92789, departing runway 23 out to the southwest, Doylestown. Alright, so I don't see anybody on the field, nobody coming on final. Alright, flaps are up, trim is set for takeoff, mixture is full rich. Alright, so I'm going to take my time here.
Skymatter traffic, red Cessna, joining crosswind for 25, have the traffic and downwind in sight.
Alright, so here we go. So heels to the floor, full power.
Skymatter traffic.
Alright, engine instruments in the green, oil temp, oil pressure, all look good. Airspeed is alive. And rotate.
Skymatter traffic, red Cessna,
It is windy.
left downwind 25, Skymatter.
So I got a nice little crab going.
Again, I apologize for the lack of camera angles, and you know that this isn't really an entertaining video. Again, I didn't want to post it, but crab angle was an understatement. That plane was flying sideways, and you can hear me breathing kind of hard if you listen carefully, because I'm a little worried that I'm in over my head.
Doylestown traffic, Cessna 92789 out to the southwest. Last call, Doylestown.
So as you can hear, I make a last call at Doylestown, and my plan was to go the wings. I'm going to let you know that that never happened. I am now climbing to 2,500 feet, and I got to tell you, I am searching for instruments. I'm trying to figure out, wait, this looks like a Garmin, you know, Garmin comms, but I can't seem to really function with these. I shouldn't be trying to figure this out in the air. Like, that was just crazy. Like, you know, and I know I'm so excited about flying, but, you know, I let my enthusiasm get ahead of my skill set.
What I'm trying to do now is make sure I get everything I need. I'm cruising out. Not going to be too long. Yeah, it's a little bumpy today. And I think I see wings over there.
A little bumpy. Yeah, right, Russ. Okay. And yes, that is wings down there. Now remember, I was supposed to be landing at wings. That was part of this mission. You can see I'm so discombobulated that I've completely forgotten that that was what this mission was all about. And so now I'm just literally flying to nowhere.
All right, so what I wanted to do with this flight, so I'm flying at 2,500. You might be able to see from this camera, that camera died on me. And I'm just trying to fly straight and level. I'm headed out to the west. So I'm flying a 270 heading. And I'm just gonna fly this direction for a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna turn because I don't want, because right now I'm under the class Bravo, but that shelf dips down to 2,000. So let's turn a bit.
So as
Hey,
you can see,
Wingfield.
I at least had the presence of mind to be mindful of airspace. Now, can you imagine out on top of everything busting Bravo airspace? That would have been like, you're not seeing any more videos. Like, you know, there would have been, you know, call this number. But, you know, as you can hear, I'm like wandering aimlessly. I had a plan. Now I have no plan. I'm just flying. And I'm making it up as I go along. And this is where you get these chain of events where you hear accidents happen. And of course, you know, it can't be me. I had to bomb CFI. You know, I'm killing the game. And now I put myself in a situation where I'm just up in the air. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. Luckily, at least I had the presence of mind, like I said, not to bust the Bravo. But this is nuts on a day where the winds are extremely challenging. I know you can't see it in the cameras, but I was bouncing around pretty good.
So that's what this flight is. This flight is just about me practicing being in a 172, getting the feel. One of the things I can tell you is that this daggone thing leaped off the runway. And definitely something I haven't gotten used to. Haven't been used to in a while. So that's what I'm doing. And just trying to, you know, keep my flight chops. Stay current. Stay on top of it.
Listen to this madness right here, and I'll explain what's going on.
So originally what I was going to do, I was going to fly the deck, but I was worried about my fuel. And it's a little windy, and it's probably going to be even windier out there. Then the other thing, I'm, you know, want to stay local. Don't want to do too much. I'm always about trying to make sure that I never do too much too quickly.
Not to do too much too quickly. Okay, so as you hear, I'm making it up as you go along. My flight plan was to deck, but then I changed my mind. I'm going to go to wings, but now I'm just going to stay local because I'm worried about my fuel. Why am I worried about my fuel? Why am I worried about my fuel? Russ, did you check your fuel? Did you ask to see if there was fuel that you can get? I mean, you can hear it. This is just nuts.
I should have set a timer. I did not.
You see the theme here? All you keep hearing is all the things that I didn't do. And yet, here I am up in the air. So, yeah. Russ, be excited, but do better, bro.
All right, so I am going to, we're going to do a nice slow turn. Keep it coordinated. Back towards Doylestown.
So I'm going to put myself out of my own misery and end this video very soon because you've seen enough, you've heard enough to understand what a complete and unmitigated disaster this was. But even though this was not my best showing, I wanted to, again, be transparent and show others that, you know, when you first get your license, you're going to be so enthusiastic. You're going to think about flying all the time. You're going to want to fly all the time. And the conditions may be, you know, such that it looks like it's perfect to go. And you've got this plan and your plan changes. Listen, if there are too many factors, just don't go. You know, just don't. It's not worth it. I did not enjoy this flight at all. I was really worried. I really didn't understand what was, you know, anything about this plane. I didn't know a lot of its characteristics. So this was not a good flight. And, you know, I'm embarrassed to post it because I know that there's many of you who are experienced pilots that are tut-tutting and tisk-tisking and, you know, just shaking your heads. And, you know, I own it. But I do it from the standpoint that I just want others that I know that are newly licensed not to find themselves in my situation. All right, so let's get this bird on the ground. And trust me, that was not an easy feat.
All right, so I'm going to be making my way back to Doylestown. I can tell landing is going to be kind of interesting.
And interesting is an understatement. So here's what's really crazy. I mean, and I'm sorry to be doing all of this voiceover and talking, but that just goes to show you how crazy this flight was, that I have to do all this voiceover stuff. This camera died. And so now none of the cameras are working. And I gotta tell you, I did a couple go rounds. I was bouncing and side loading and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I can laugh about it now. And of course, I live to tell the tale because I'm here telling it. Yeah, so I'm going to basically say that what I've learned, some incredible lessons. I can't get ahead, allow my enthusiasm get ahead of being focused and practical, because this could have been not a good situation. So I learned, and to my credit, I did go up in conditions that were less than hospitable, but I was still within my personal minimums because I was still able to make the flight. But it just wasn't a good flight. Nothing worked right. The plane, did what the plane does, but I had no business being in that 172. And the cameras basically said, we're going to help you out by dying.
Oh, all right. Oh my gosh, that was challenging, yo. That was definitely challenging, but thank the Lord I made it back. That landing was ugly, but the winds are crazy. Like, this would have been one of those days where a CFI would have been nice, but I'm glad I challenged myself. So every flight, I just learned something, and this sight picture was just a little higher. So anyway, I'm safely on the ground. Thank you for taking this flight with me. Russ can fly. Thank you, Lord, for getting me on the ground. All right, I know that I'm doing too much, but man, that was crazy. All right, you guys be cool. Peace.